everyone, it is Cantering Canyon here, or on YouTube, Cowgirl's Promise, and today I thought I would make you guys a quick little video about 10 tips for beginner or intro to equestrian photography. If you noticed my hair majestically blowing, it's because there's a fan, because it is hotter than hell here in lovely Southern California. So I have a little list here, and let's get started. So, number one, shoot everywhere all the time. This is really important when you're starting out because you get exposed to a lot of different lighting situations, a lot of different disciplines of riding where you need to shoot differently. If you see a barn, if you see a pasture of horses, if you find a schedule for shows, just go out there and shoot everywhere all the time as much as you can. And a lot of your pictures are going to be crap in the beginning. I know a lot of mine were. I'll show you guys some of my photography when I was first starting out. Doesn't matter if you don't know what you're doing, just get out there and shoot, 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 shoot. Number two is be respectful to others, especially other show photographers. There's some very sensitive ones out there, and some, like me, that are really chill. As long as you go up and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm just taking pictures for practice, I'm not trying to steal your money. Most of them are friendly enough to give you a few tips or talk to you about your photography. There is always those that are still kind of touchy and sensitive about their show photography. Can't do much about that, just shoot anyways. Just make it known to them that you're not trying to steal their business and you're just taking pictures for fun. If you see another show photographer, make eye contact and smile, don't try and sneak around them. So introduce yourself, tell them, hey, I'm here just to practice, you have any tips, you know, who do you work for, blah blah blah. It's good to make connections in the photography world anyways, because you never know, you could line up a job one day. Okay, number two, this is really hard with horse photography, is keep your equipment clean. Every day I go out and take pictures, I come back and there's dirt in between my lens cover and my lens. There's dirt everywhere, so I try and get Q-tips or toothpicks or lens cleaning and clean it. Try to do it once a month. I'm not very good at staying on top of it. Keep it clean, because a lot of times the reason that pictures or your lens won't focus is because there's dust on the lens or in the sensor. In the long run, it'll help you get a shot faster because it'll help your camera focus faster. If there's some little tiny dust particles poking all over the lens, making it hard to focus. Okay, here's another one, especially for you Instagram people. It's to imitate, but don't replicate. I know there's lots of beautiful photographers on Instagram, and it's okay to be inspired by someone else's work and try and imitate their style or a technique that they used or a lighting situation, but don't try and copy exactly. I mean, all art has come from being inspired by someone else's art. So don't feel like you should be obligated to come up with everything new by yourself. It's okay to see someone else's stuff and be like, hey, I'd like to try that. So imitate, but don't replicate. Number 4, 3, 4, 5, I don't know what number we're on. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I know a lot of people seem to be scared to ask others questions because it makes them look not as knowledgeable, but you gotta be bad before you're good. That's like my motto in life. So don't be afraid to ask me or ask any other accounts whose work you admire questions about how they got a shot, any tips they have. Don't ask what kind of camera they have because people get that question a lot, and in reality it doesn't really matter what camera or lens you have, it's just kind of how you got the shot. But don't be afraid to ask, because most of us on Instagram or in the horse photography world are nice and are willing to help. Those who are not nice, that's their problem. But I am free to help anybody who needs help. Just send me a comment or a DM on Instagram and I will answer you as soon as possible. So here's another one. This is just a general tip when shooting action in general or horses, is keep highest shutter as possible unless you're doing low shutter creative shots. Low light situations, I know it's hard because everything gets grainy, but try and keep your shutter above 250, 300 at all times to get that really good capture of motion. And when you do have to do a lower shutter because of light situations, I know I have to because my camera does awful in low light, so what I have to do is bump my shutter speed down to sometimes like 150, and a good trick for when you have to do that is when you're taking a shot to pan with the action, so that way the middle part, which is normally the horse, will be in focus and then the rest will kind of blur, but in a good way. So high shutter as much as possible all the time to get those really good action shots. This is just another general tip when you're shooting any sport, especially horses, is move around. Don't stay in one spot. I can't stand it when photographers' pictures are all in one spot of the same jump, same barrel, same cow, even though that's not possible. Move around, get under, get next to, get in no, I'm just kidding. Don't get in everybody's way. Well, I got some great shots. I was right next to a roping chute where the horse and the cow breaks out. Get as close as possible without being in the way, really. You can get awesome behind the scenes shots. Get under the jump. I don't know. Don't sue me if you get trampled, but just get everywhere you possibly can. This also ties in with what I was just saying, is try new things. Try slow shutter. Slow shutter is my favorite. I can make a tutorial if you have no idea what slow shutter is. Try getting under, over, wide angle, close up. Just try lots of different things. You know, you can do silhouettes, you can do minimalism. Just do lots of different things, get inspired, and go out and try them. Alright, this is number 9. I finally got back on track with my number. There is no shame in editing on your phone. I know everyone talks about Lightroom and Bridge and Photoshop and all these fancy editing programs, but honestly, there's so many great apps out there that you can edit just as good as your phone, if not better sometimes. So don't feel ashamed if you don't have these fancy editing programs. Just do it on your phone. Honestly, phone or iPad, Android, anything. You get great results, and I still edit on my phone when I'm too lazy to go on my computer. So no shame at all in editing on your cellular device. And last but not least, number 10 is take the shot that you want to see. Visualize it in your head what you want it to look like. Visualize it and then get that shot you want. You're the artist and you're painting your picture with your eye and your camera. So when you see it, if something's not right, don't be afraid to change it and take another shot because you know what you want it to look like. Paint it in your head and then take that shot. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to be trying to make more videos. Let me know what any kind of tutorials or videos you guys want to see in the comments. Thanks for watching guys. Bye.